Up next.
On a glorious journey to great academic heights, you need a university that will guarantee hopes of employment without sweltering in a pool of job hunts. I present to you Ndejje University. We are an Anglican university endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Mengo Hospital. With well-coordinated learning programs ranging from day, evening, weekend, in-service and e-learning, the globally recognized university offers job market competing courses that will surely light your academic path. Our various undergraduate and graduate programs include Business Administration and Management, Engineering and Survey, Basic Sciences and Information Technology, Education, Environment and Agricultural Sciences, Arts, Health Sciences, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week.
It's more important if we can work strategically to grow the game, which they have done well. They have worked very well with the Chinese embassy in growing the game of football. They have managed to establish a league.
We are very grateful to all the participating players, the various clubs, and all the managers who have supported the athletes.
The men's individual category was won by Thomas Keddy of Stroke Woodball Club with 97 points, while Sophie Namudu won the women's individual club with 66 points.
To win, it has been really patience. It has been God with us. And then I think it has been our persistence to do it.
The Faculty of Education Administrator urged all students to maintain the discipline they exhibited during the practical session and always keep time. It shall be remembered that unlike the previous years, this time round the students with 80% tuition are allowed to sit temporarily for papers as they complete the rest of the tuition.
The practical papers, and now here we are for the theories starting today up to the 26th day of May. We shall be doing the theories. And to our dear students, we also want to thank you so much for maintaining patience during the practical session. And I still also urge you to maintain the same patience and cooperation during the theory papers. Always avail yourself on time. As I've always said, for the theories you need to take note of the following. Eat well, sleep well, and always be at ease, and then you'll be in position of writing what is expected out of you. I am sure all of you have already prepared, and therefore you already have what it takes to pass these papers.
Mr. Atiku also noted that shortly they will be giving out results for the practical exams.
Shortly we shall also start giving out results for the practicals in the coming days. Of course, I'm sure now the lecturers already marking and assessing all that you have done so far.
The students, on the other hand, shared their expectations for the end of semester exams.
Last week we have been doing practicals and they weren't very bad. And this week, starting today, we are starting the theories. And we expect to do better or better than last semester. And next is not going to be bad, I'm very sure, because we have had better preparation the past months. Thank you very much.
Do you have a word of encouragement to other students, their colleagues?
I encourage my colleagues to stay calm, because these are the papers we have been doing for the past semesters, and I wish them good.
This is my last semester. I have been doing exams. I have done them several times, so I am not panicking, I'm not nervous, I am just ready. Since I read, I'm prepared, so I just can't wait to go do those papers and be done and go practice my profession. Yeah, a word of encouragement to my fellow students is don't panic, don't be nervous, just go sit. Good thing that you have read and you have done these exams several times, so just go and do your best. God is with you, and I'm sure we'll make it.
We are in the period of our examinations, and we're starting this week with our theories. Last week we were doing practicals for those that do practicals, and we are prepared because we've been discussing, we've read, we've had presentations, so we are prepared for the exams, and I think we're gonna succeed. Yes. So something to encourage my fellow students. You have to go there and do what you feel like is right. I mean, we've discussed, do what you think is right, and everything is gonna be well. And you have to pray before doing any paper. You have to pray. You have to put your papers in God's hands, so that He provides the knowledge and understanding, and everything will be well.
And this week we are starting up with our theory, and we are so much prepared for that.
Ndejje University end of semester 2 examinations will end on 27th May and 26th May 2023 at Kampala campus and main campus respectively. Jacqueline Namuli, live at 8.
We have opened the 5th passport office in the diaspora, and this office is going to be launched on Monday, 22nd May 2023. We shall all be heading to Beijing, China, where we shall be launching that office. As you know, we have very many Ugandans who are living in that part of the world. We have been having issues addressing their passport needs, passport and visas. So to that end, we did talk to relevant authorities in the government to be able to facilitate with funds to start that office in China to address the needs of Ugandans, especially related to passport issues. So this center will enroll Ugandans living and working in China with the newly introduced East African electronic passports. The Embassy of the Republic of Uganda in Beijing is also accredited to the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. So Ugandans who live in Vietnam will also find passport solutions in China. We have those living in the Kingdom of Cambodia, so they will also be handled in China. We have the Democratic Republic of Korea and also Lao People's Democratic Republic. So all these, ladies and gentlemen, will have their passport issues sorted in one center that will be at our embassy in Beijing, China. Of course, we have opened other passport centers, as you know. We did open one in Washington. It is doing a great job in that side. We have London, UK. We have Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. We have Pretoria, South Africa, Ottawa, Canada, and then Copenhagen, Denmark. So we do believe that this office will sort problems associated with passport that many Ugandans who are living in that side of the world have been experiencing. So Monday, 22nd May, will be the launch. And of course, as you know, at the launch, we shall be able to process some passports starting that same day.
Speaking at the function on Saturday, the President congratulated the Special Forces Command SFC for upgrading the level of training in the Elite Unit by incorporating the use of electronic training aids like computerized guns and tanks.
This is very smart. It enables us to train many people, but also not use a lot of fuel and not cause wear and tear of the tanks or of the guns, because we are doing it electronically. That's what many modern countries are doing. So I congratulate you for upgrading the training in the SFC.
He also thanked the trainers for integrating the use of combined arms to improve the tactics of fighting. The President called upon the Army leadership to make good use of these well-educated young people such as engineers and medical doctors, who he said are a good value addition to the Army.
As you have heard, these are well-educated young people, so they are a good value addition to the Army. So you, the Army leaders, you should be clear how to utilize them. Some of them are really professional, like the engineers. It is correct that after the basic exposure of the military and leadership, they join the engineering brigade so that they use their engineering knowledge. So are the doctors. I heard about 2 lines. The engineers and the medical.
The Commandant Sarah Kassen Training School, Lieutenant Colonel William Diomugabe noted that the 229 trainees, of which 35 are female, are well educated, with 3 holding master's degrees, 115 with bachelor's degree in various disciplines, 32 with diplomas, 24 holding certificates, while the remaining 55 have S4 and S6 certificates. He said these were taken through leadership training, tactics, political education, first aid, physical training, foot drills, among others. He also urged the trainees to be disciplined, love their country Uganda, and protect the people.
Use the knowledge acquired to love your country Uganda and protect the people. Always remember that enemies of our country Uganda are not only those carrying guns. You may find yourself in the same category if you do not avoid subversive tendencies like corruption, cheap popularity, sectarianism, formation of cliques, intrigue, among other many negative vices.
The Commander Special Forces Command, Brigadier General David Mugisha, expressed gratitude to the Commander-in-Chief for uplifting the welfare of UPDF and promised to continue producing high-quality soldiers. He also noted that the global contemporary operating environment is faced by a lot of challenges ranging from terrorism, chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear, CBRN attacks, cyber threats, insurgencies, and others that need special attention.
There is therefore a need to embark on specialized training and acquisition of modern equipment so as to deter and curtail such hurdles from happening to our country. The struggle and strategic security and stability of Uganda, East Africa, and Africa is the precursor to transformation and development.
The acting Chief of Staff, UPDF Land Forces Major General Jack Bakasumba, who represented the Chief of Defense Forces, thanked the SFC leadership for prioritizing training. He urged the new recruits to continue acquiring more knowledge and to be disciplined.
This is just the beginning of your military career. I congratulate you for completing the course. And surely from the demos we saw, you put in reasonable effort. Thank you so much. However, you need to note that this is just the beginning of your career, and if you are to progress, you have to follow the following. Discipline. The commandant here mentioned discipline. We expect the highest standards of discipline from you. Any act of indiscipline will never be tolerated. Those who speak Kiswahili say, kusamea makosa ni makosa. If you forgive someone who has done wrong, you are equally wrong. So you should suffer the same punishment. Then you have to maintain ideological clarity, embrace continued training. Very soon some of you will go for other training from different training institutions. Then you have to live within your means to avoid financial pressure on yourselves. Live within your means. And also, as mentioned earlier, stay fit and healthy. Lastly, always ensure that whatever you do is in line with your profession.
The State Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Hudoreru, thanked the President of his vision to transform UPDF into a force that is recognized globally because of its capability to handle emerging security threats.
Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity for thanking you for opening a space for the ladies to join a combat. Just when they were demonstrating, I was so impressed, and I think many of us were impressed when one of them was taking us through. It shows how the women can also perform. Thank you for giving us that space as a women. and indeed they are doing it well.
The function was attended by, among others, Under Secretary in charge of Finance and Administration at the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Edith Buturo, Chief of Staff Brigadier General Robert Gonyi, the Deputy Commander SFC Brigadier General Charity Bainababo, senior officers of the UPDF and religious leaders. The Special Forces Command SFC is a specialized component of the Uganda People's Defense Force UPDF, tasked with carrying out specialized missions or operations at a moment's notice. Jacqueline Namuli, live at 8. As he was speaking to the National Resistance Movement leaders from Bukedea district who called on him at State House Entebbe to resolve the standoff on who should hold the party flag for the upcoming elections for Bukedea LOC5 seat, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni cautioned Ugandans against politics of malice and hatred. There are 8 aspirants in the race who include Lois Akirol, who is the daughter to the former LC5 chair of Bukedea Moses Olekan, the current vice chairperson of Bukedea Akol Mary, former Kachumbala sub-county councillor George William Watum, pharmacist Sam Opeto, former Bukedea district youth chairperson Ongura Simon, musician and former Bukedea sub-county chairperson Emong Johnson Otinga, NRM Bukedea chairperson Ongore James Michael, and Ewan Alutia Moses. President Museveni, who is also the national chairman of the ruling NRM party, told the meeting that for all the time he has been around since the 1960s and in leadership, he has been able to succeed because he has no malice against anybody. The NRM national chairman was also happy to learn that for the good of the party, 6 out of the 8 aspirants were willing to have one candidate, preferably allowing the current vice chairperson of Bukedea Col Mary, who is also the acting LC5 chairman, to continue leading the district. The other basis was that the competition for the NRM flag is not healthy in terms of proper use of resources for the remaining short period of time to the elections. However, Mrs. Akiro, a student at Kampala International University and also a daughter to the deceased former LC5 chair of Bukedea, was determined to take on anybody in the race for the party flag to continue from where her father Ole Khan stopped. Speaking as a parent and a grandfather, His Excellency Museveni advised Mrs. Akirol not to abort her education for politics, saying it is not the end of the world for her. The president promised to support her finish school so as to prepare better for the future, but also support the 16 siblings that her father left under her care. Mrs. Akirol thanked the president for the wise counsel and promised to follow his advice. She also thanked the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, for supporting her and the family. Mr. Tukei William Wilberforce, who is the resident district commissioner for Bukedea and the bearer of the NRM flag in an election that the deceased Bukedea district chairperson Ole Kam won, told the president that he is willing to hand over the flag to the agreed upon candidate, who is the current vice chairperson of Bukedea, Mrs. Akol Mary.
As a chairperson LOC5, but as we are gathered here as a loyal card of the party, I will be willing to listen for your guidance. I will be willing to take your guidance as a founder member and the vision bearer of the National Resistance Movement. Thank you so much.
In the January 2021 general elections, Mr. Wilberforce Tukei, who was the NRM candidate for Bukedea, lost to now the late Mr. Moses Olemkan, an independent who polled 30,372 against Tukei's 25,517 votes. According to a recently released roadmap by the Independent Electoral Commission, the people of Bukedea district will go to the polls on June 14th to elect a new district chairperson. The seat fell vacant following the death of the former chairperson Moses Olemkan in December 2022, only a year and a half into his tenure. Jacqueline Namuli, live at Age.
The flag bearer of
Prison's women's team got off to a great start by defeating Kaja 31-19, while Police's women's team outclassed Kawanda 41-30. In the men's category, Prisons Handball Club clinched a narrow 33-30 victory over UPDF A, while Police Handball Club edged past UPDF B 37-31. During the match between Police Handball Club and UPDF B, a dramatic turn of events unfolded as Police, who had dominated the first half with a 13-goal lead, faced a challenge in the second half from UPDF, who staged a comeback.
The season to us, we are playing hard, we are training almost. We wanted even to win this match, but we had some challenges. Some of my players are new in the system, but in time to come, we are going to make it, because this is our first time. Some of them, it is their first game, but we are going to catch up. Promise that this coming game, we are going to win it. This one was just the beginning.
Arnold Kahuma, the captain of the Police handball team, explained that the team's subpar performance in the second half was due to the players' desire to try out new skills, which was encouraged by their significant lead in the first half.
There was a very tight game, very fair game we had. One of the most promising teams we have in the league, UPDF second side. It started well with a bigger lead, but we tended to be complacent as we went on to play. It was a very beautiful game and an experience to get. In the second half, we were trying to experiment some of the moves that we are trying to use on the training ground. So we thought with the bigger margin, it would be the time for us to experiment and try and use those skills, which are just novice skills that we're trying to improve on the training ground. And luckily enough, we didn't lose, and most of them worked for us. It's a very, very wonderful experience.
We are here to take that trophy. Last time we were number 3 in men's category, but I was on girls' side. We were the champion on girls' side. But now I was changed to come to boys' team, so that is my plan, to take that trophy from this side also.
The majority of clubs in the Uganda Handball Super League are academic institutions, and the delayed release of fixtures has been linked to the ongoing university examinations. Many of these institutions have reduced sporting activities during this period to minimize the risk of student injuries.
Yeah, technical actually, based on the draft fixture, our game was against Ndejje University. Yeah, but because of some technicalities and changes, so we didn't have a game. And good enough also that some of my students and players are in for exams, so the fixtures are also favored us. So we are coming in hopefully next week for our first match.
Coaches and players have been facing difficulties in preparing for the Uganda Handball Super League season due to the absence of a complete set of fixtures before the first match day. Federation officials have attributed this delay to the club's failure to make their venue choices in a timely manner.
But the problem with the clubs themselves, what this their courts and which courts we got to use, which they gave us late, but they all see the league, their fixtures now. This is going to be this right now. For the first round. The aim is to support players for various national teams, various ages. This is the main purpose of this league. Tournaments of under 17, under 19. In September, hopefully in September, we're taking a team to Tunisia for Africa under 19, which is a qualifier to the World Championship.
Musoke also revealed that the next set of matches will be held at the Police Student Grounds in Zambia, giving the teams ample time to prepare for their upcoming matches and strive to win the highly sought-after trophy. Despite these setbacks, the opening match day attracted a decent turnout of fans who were excited to witness the return of the Handball Super League. Following the conclusion of the first match day, Police Handball Club tops the men's table with a 4-goal lead over Prisons Handball Club, who secured a second-place finish after defeating UPDF A. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.
The first one is for receiving.
Light Secondary School won the toss and chose to bat first, but only managed to put up 54 runs as Olila claimed 9 wickets. Patricia Apolot was the only player to score in double figures with 17, but after she was dismissed, Light Secondary School struggled to recover. Olila High made an easy chase of the target and ended the tournament without losing a single game. Jimia Muhammad and Lona Anyait, Olila's openers, scored 18 and 12 runs respectively.
I appreciate my team for winning. We had a good start by making them score 54, which was the easiest score for us. Then keep us going. Which was the easiest score for us. Then when it was time for batting, it was a bit challenging for us because most of our batsmen came out, which gave them some confidence, but at the end we won it. Thank you.
Truly luck for the win. Hard luck to our team because we did not take our chances. Actually, we did not make partnerships as we were batting because most batsmen gave me the pressure leaving alone batting, and they were the batting team and the bowling team. That's it. But next time we're coming hard.
Lona Anyait received the Player of the Match award, and Jimmy Muhammad was recognized as the best batter of the tournament for her valuable contributions to the team. Meanwhile, Patricia Timong from Light SS was acknowledged as the best bowler of the competition. Alako Proskovia of Masaka SS was named the tournament MVP. The best wicketkeeper went to Flavia Mbambu from Mount Renzori Girls SS with 10 dismissals, and Bridget Mbambu, still from Mount Renzori, was awarded fielder of the tournament with 9 dismissals. Felix Musana, the chairman of the local organizing committee, described the National Girls Schools Cricket Week as an exciting event that showcased some of the country's best young female cricketers. He also emphasized the significance of hosting the competition in Soroti, which provided an adventurous experience for the participants, especially those from outside the region.
Cricket Week in Soroti has been a big opportunity for us as Soroti Cricket Academy because it's what we've been praying for, playing games in Kampala and doing exceedingly well. So once we got this opportunity to host, it's been a big opportunity for us to showcase the cricket potential that Soroti has to the locals here in Soroti, as well as the different schools that have come from the different parts of the country to see how good Soroti cricket is. And I'm happy that today the quality of Soroti cricket has proven to be better than anyone else, with our schools from Soroti, Lila and Light SS playing in the final. It's also been good because schools have gotten a chance to go outside Kampala. Schools have come from as far as Kasese, Masaka, Jinja, and have gotten a chance to see what Soroti is all about, the beauty of the rock, what the town is all about. These are memorable journeys and experiences that they will last forever in their lifetime.
In the battle for third place, Masaka secondary lost to Jinja SS by 25 runs. Despite the loss, they returned home consoled with the tournament MVP award, which was won by Proskovia Alako from their team. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.